Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. In this session, I'm going to illustrate you an example as to just to show you that how important it is to make sure that the figures which you use, they are actually figures, means these are not uh, text. If the text appearing if the text is mm, uh, showing you a figure, right? This is a figure, this is a value, right? And this is actually text. And and this is happening in such a critical area because that is based on our sale order form, and the list box is this is the source for the list box, right? So whatever is written in here, it has to be written in a proper manner. Uh, and obviously, when you are writing something from the text box, from text box or combo box or uh, the elements in the form, so when they are placed in the sheet, they become text. So you have to make sure that these texts are uh, converted into the numeric values while writing on it. If you don't do this, the gravity of the issue is that when it is being posted to your, for example, inventory, right? When it is posted to the inventory, then it will appear uh, as the number, but the stock report will not get updated. Means just take I tell you an example. If you have this object, okay, and it has now no stock available, means so everything has been either sold or it is on hold, so availability of the stock is zero, right? But if by some mistake, if this 100 is prefixed by a apostrophe, so it becomes a text. It becomes a text and it is still showing 100. If you count, you will find that these are the 100 quantity. These are posted on 81, right? And and now since you have that, so its actual value is zero now. Means this sale transaction is going to be of the zero value, right? Of course, you will not do it, but this will happen. I will show you. Okay, so this is zero. Now you go and see the stock report. It was showing zero previously. Now it is 100. And it was previously showing 355 on hold. Now it is showing you 255 because this 100, which is looking as 100, is no longer a 100. It is a text. But the question is how one would do this. Of course, you would not do this to put an apostrophe in here and so I so this is the right thing. And when it is made back to 100, right? And then you go and say this is correctly written. So how would this happen? How would this happen? That it will become a text and this misleading stock report will cause an issue for you. Okay, it would happen when you don't take care of your feeding in here. When being a developer, when you are replacing all these information, make sure the quantities and the numeric values are not uh, mm, there shouldn't be any chance that they become a text. When they become text, so the text will be moved to the inventory document, and that would uh, create the same situation which I explained you, that the figures will be visible, but they are not being calculated by the sum if formula in here. This is based on a sum if formula, right? It is sum if, it is summing on a particular condition that count all those where the on hold is there, and when any of the item is taxed, so that is going to be treated as zero. And when zero, so this figure will will not show the realistic picture of the stock, right? So how to prevent this condition? When why does it appear so, right? Means why this happens, how the system is doing that, it is right. So let's see it, right? I click here, and this is or 84, right? So for example, yeah, okay, we go to an existing order, say 85, right? Okay, we press enter. Okay, so these are the 4 items in it. Okay, as soon as you see, watch on it, okay? So this is, at the moment is correct, right? As soon as you click, say, this one, oil, or olive oil, what happens? So it has become a text, and if in this condition you press update, this this is going to create a misleading report, because this 200 which is being updated into the inventory document, right, allocation or on hold, sir. So that is going to be showing as if it is written 200, but it will be a 0, and it won't be calculated, and you will wonder that you have saved it and updated it, but the quantity, available quantity remains the same, right? So that is a dodge, that is a misleading thing which we have to be carefully tackle. So how to tackle it, I show you, right? To tackle it, we there may be different ways of doing it, but first of all, why it is happening? Because it is replacing all these information from the text box. The text box of SRNO, that is a text. When it is moved to in here, it is 6. Uh, it is text, and this is also text. This is also, this is a value, and this is a text, right? So the discount is also text, right? Okay. So to prevent it, one way of doing is that you click, right click on here, right, and go to the view code of this sheet. In the view code, you make sure that this is a change element. On here, we are telling on every change, see if the B of the target row, right, is equal to space, then exit means nothing doing. So that is B, means if the serial number is blank, then leave it, nothing to doing. Okay. Otherwise, it will come up here. It will check if the target column, means the where the change has been occurred, that is amount. When amount change has been occurred, it means all these things have been duly filled. So if this is done, then we want to first of all make sure that the B column of the target row, means if it is 5, then it will be B5 is equal to whatever is in the B5 multiplied by 1. So that makes it uh, untext, and it will become numeric. And at the same time, we want not to be misleaded by the quantity, right? So the quantity is D. So D is equal to D into 1. D5 is equal to D5 into 1. So that is going to be resolved, right? So let's see it, that how it is happening, okay? So let's go and see it. We will go to 85 again, 85. We press enter, and this is your order having the 4 items. You can see the 4 items are properly listed. And if you click here, for example, this one, oil, this time it is making sure that the serial number and the quantity are not becoming text, because if they are not so, it means when it is updated, the correct amount is going to be reported, right? So at the moment, since there is no, there are some stock issues, so it is not loading, because there are certain items on which the required quantity are not available. That's why it is not run. So what I wanted to show you in this video was that make sure the thing which is appearing as a numeric, they are actually numeric. Otherwise, your sum if formula will get dodged and will not take the effect. We will consider it as a 0, although you will be having 200 quantity in here, but when the sum if formula is being used, so that is going to ignore it, because that is a text value, right? So we have to make sure that whatever reaches to the records here, so they are properly converted from text to the numeric. So that this report, which gives you the basis of the calculation of the stock quantity available for sale, so that is not miscalculated due to the non-conversion of the text into the numeric values. So these have to be. So the best way of converting is while writing it, so just multiply them by 1, so that it becomes any text value becomes numeric. Okay, so this I wanted to draw your attention to this and give you an example. And if you try it and see it of your own, take any other order. For example, we take 86, press enter, and this is going to list your right. And while it is listing, it is not making any, it is making sure that all this, but as soon as you select something, for example, this, so it was actually converting that into the text. It is still converting, but since this is not being used in the stock register, so the quantity has to be in the right form, so that the proper quantitative analysis can be run, can be executed, and the figures are reliable. Otherwise, anything which is not converted from the text to the numeric, that is going to be treated as 0, will have no impact on the stocks, right? Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much. See you in our next video.